This is Kilo, and every so often I receive some emails from some of my viewers who send me videos of them picking locks, and they ask me for pointers or critiques or tips on what they may be doing wrong. A lot of you guys who've sent me videos, some of you guys are new, and you started picking on something like this. This is the first lock that a lot of you guys have told me you started with, and this is a lock I see in a lot of the videos. I just want to point something out here. I know that Master gets a lot of heat in the lock community for being an easy lock to pick, but it's really only an easy lock to pick once you actually learn to pick locks. If you don't know how to pick locks, these aren't as easy as guys make it seem on YouTube. So if you pick this and then you remember the binding order, you can pick it again, and then you just memorize it like a puzzle, and you can continue to pick this thing and make it look super easy. So if I handed this to you after I just go ahead and pick it in a couple of seconds, and I hand it to you, you're gonna let's say you have no experience, you're just gonna try and copy what I do. And something that I notice is a lot of new guys do this. I'll hand them the pick and the tension wrench and the lock, and they take it just like this, they insert the pick like this, and they just start going like this. They just a lot of this. Even some of the videos that come in, I notice you guys are doing this. So this is not the proper way to hold a lock pick. And if you're struggling, this is a big reason why. If you are going right at your lock like this or any kind of form of this style, holding the pick, you're not going to have a lot of success. You're going to just basically be, if you get it open, it's just going to be off of luck. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to properly hold your lock pick and your tension wrench. And also, I'm going to show you guys an easy lock to start with if you want to learn how to single pin pick. So I do not recommend starting with a master lock. I really do not. They're easy for pickers, but they are not easy for beginners. A lot of new guys, even in the shops, they come in and they watch a couple videos on YouTube and they're like, oh, that's a master lock, it's junk. And then they spend hours and they can't pick it open. And then what it kind of does is it lowers their confidence level. They'll watch a video where a guy just takes, anything he has on his desk and picks it open. And then they're like, oh, it must be, a crappy lock. And then they go and they're sitting there all day trying to pick it, and it never opens. So these aren't that easy. If guys are picking these open left and right, they've been practicing for a long time. And, just because you watch something in a video doesn't mean that's always a first take. A lot of my videos are first takes, but that's just because I really don't have a lot of time to try to sit here and perfect something. I just don't. I don't have, 50 takes in me to do the same topic until it looks perfect. With this channel, I want you guys to see the real side of picking and the real side of locksmithing. And the real side of it is that these aren't as easy as people make them look. You can sit there all day and you might pick it open, and then all of a sudden for the next 3 hours you can't pick it open. Then you pick it open, and then, locks are like puzzles, especially pin tumbler locks. Once you realize the binding order inside of the lock here, you'll be able to pick this open every single time if you can memorize it. So if you realize, the binding order is 2, 4, 1, and then it turns over, then, if I could do that, I can turn on my camera. I could say, okay, watch this easy little master lock. And then I just remember, the binding order, click it open. I'm like, yeah, this is trash. It's not like that. So don't feel bad if you guys are sending me videos of you guys not being able to open these. Some of you guys have been kind of passionate about it, and you're like, I feel like I fail at this or something. Don't be discouraged if a master lock defeats you. You'll get it. You just have to understand picking. So what I would recommend is starting with something like one of these. This is off the tail end of my Reese hitch lock video that I just put out yesterday. And you can find these at auto parts stores. It comes in a 3-piece set sometimes, or you can buy these separately for, $5-10 or so. And these are just wafer locks. There's no, pins inside that you have to find a shear line really. These are much, much easier. So all you really have to do is pick it to its height and you'll feel it set. And these locks especially are super, super easy. And these are awesome to learn to single pin pick with. If an apprentice has ever asked me how to pick, I'll hand them something like this or a cam lock, and I'm like, do this first. And there's a reason for this. So the main part of this video, well, basically both of these are the main parts, but this was the reason I made this video, is some of you guys, when you learn to pick, and in a lot of the videos I get, you guys are holding the pick like this and you're putting it in and you're just kind of all over the place. Holding a pick like this is not gonna really, you're never gonna really learn anything about picking. You're just gonna kind of go in there and you're gonna bend your pick, or you might even break it. And even when I hand it to new guys, like I can show them, I'm picking, and then I'm like, here you go. They'll grab it just like this, and they just start going to town and they're just going crazy and they feel defeated. So the way that you want to hold a pick is pretty much the same way that you hold a pencil. So for me, here's a pen here. This is kind of how I write, this is how I hold a pen. It's the same way when I grab my lock pick. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna hold it just like a pen. So try to get in the habit of picking up your pick the same way you pick up your pen. There are reasons for this. While you're picking, you're going to feel feedback through, down the shank of this pick. And where my middle finger is here, I'm gonna feel any little feedback right there. I'm kind of keeping it stabilized with my pointer finger. So any feedback I'm gonna hear, if I feel something click, it's gonna come straight down the shank here and I'm gonna feel it. So this is how you always want to hold your pick. Later on, I know in some of my videos even, when I'm picking, I'll hold it like this or so. But the thing is that I've practiced and I've been doing this for years. When you're learning, try, and they even have these little, slants right here that your finger can even rest up on. And you want to kind of hold it however you're comfortable holding a pen. I know I hold a pen weird sometimes, people say. So you're going to take it, and then all you're going to do is just rest your finger on the tension wrench. You don't have to like crank down on it. Some guys like to apply really heavy tension to start with. It's up to you. It's something that you got to toy with. And all you got to do is and this is a wafer lock, so this is really easy to learn on. And you're just gonna come straight in and we're just gonna start picking. And because I'm on camera, I'm not gonna pick this. And we're just gonna go through, and I'm kind of exaggerating a lot of this for you guys to see, but all of that, every single click, if you guys could hear it, I'm feeling it right here on top of my middle finger, and we've picked him open. So we'll go ahead and relock him up. And again, pick it up. Like, just practice picking up your pick like that. And then we're gonna go back in, and you can start from the back and you just start going, and every single little click, I can feel the wafer that I'm pushing up, and it's all coming straight down right through here. If you guys sand down and polish up your picks, the feedback is even better. But this is the proper way to hold your pick. And for those of you who've been asking for a good starter lock, I would definitely recommend one of these. The hitch lock is also really simple to pick. I have that one right here from my last video, but this one you kind of got to hold upside down and it's kind of awkward. So I would recommend picking up one of these. This one is even, you know, simpler, as you kind of get a good grip on him. And oh, he's already unlocked there, so we'll lock him back up. And so just to show you guys, he is locked. We'll go ahead, pick up our pick again. We'll come straight down and we're just going to start feeling for anything that moves inside. So let's see if we can do it while I'm on camera. And he is unlocked and he comes right off. You guys can even set that piece aside and just, you know, work with this and just keep pressing it back in and making sure it's turned back. Sometimes, you know, this, like you saw how it pops out. If you guys leave it in the unlock position and you push in, it can pop right back out. So you always want to kind of give it a quick twist back to the left. That way you know it's back locked. And it's kind of comfortable to hold. You know, it's not like some big bulky padlock. And you could just keep going through and learning how to pick. But, you know, for those of you who've been sending in videos, try your best to learn how to hold your pick like this. Again, some way that you can try this is before you pick up your pick, or you can even set your pick next to your pen and then pick up your pen and, you know, scribble something down, and then pick up your pick and then pretend like you're writing with it. Go back to this, go back to your pick, just for the muscle memory, you know, because, you know, if you get into a bad habit too early, that can carry on with you. And, you know, sometimes I've taken new guys out to lockouts, and the way that you see a lot of locksmiths do this is they put in their tension wrench. You know, we'll pretend that this is a doorknob, and they take out their pick and they put it in like this, and they're just going like all like this, and it's just sheer luck that they're opening these locks. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully this helps. I just want you guys to understand, you know, exactly what's going on. So the easiest way for me to explain that is, first and foremost, to have you guys know how to hold your pick, understanding tension. If you guys need more help with tension, I do have a video right here where I explain tension. And I would recommend you guys start out with these little Reese wafer locks. You can find these at your auto parts stores and hardware stores. Very, very cheap. And honestly, the best way, in my own opinion, to learn how to single pin pick a lock is on a wafer lock. You can even pick up cam locks from your hardware store for just a few bucks. And just practice over and over and over, and it'll help you, because you won't be trying to force it so much on something like this, and you won't be bending your pick so quickly, and you'll learn, you know, exactly what you're doing. That way, when you do graduate to a master lock, you have the concept down and the feel down. So definitely, this is my advice to you guys. So this is kind of a two-part response to those who asked, you know, what my honest recommendation would be for a starter lock, and for those of you who asked me for critiques, and some of you even asked how to hold a pick properly. So hopefully this video answers those questions. If it did, feel free to subscribe and, you know, learn more about locksmithing and lock picking. And with that said, I hope you guys are staying safe. Good luck on your jobs, and have a nice day.